Meteorologist Joe Bastardi, a ghost salt summer outlook for the winter. Now, do you folks have Sirius XM? Any of you? Well, they're playing Christmas carols in July on Holly. They have a special network like they have around Christmas. And of course, for those of you who are into the Hallmark movies, every once in a while a Christmas movie shows up, right? So that's what we're doing here. We're giving you a quick look at next year. Very unusual situation going on. Now, first of all, when you have El Ninos are like going to a family reunion. Not everybody in your family is the same. You may have the same kind of common thread or blood, but things turn out differently. And this El Nino appears that it could be a throwback to the 1950s and 1960s, where you have a negative Pacific decadal oscillation with the El Nino going on. This is very, very unusual. You're supposed to have a positive, what we call PDO. And the 2 years that stand out are 57, 58 and 65, 66. So when we look at the CFSV2, this is what it looks like for November, and then December, and then January, February, and March. So you can see it's centering winter in the southern plains, all right? But it expands. It may be one of these things where it's colder later overall. Now, when we look at precipitation, well, I'll tell you what, you're going to get a lot of above normal snowfall in the southern plains, of course. And I'm already on record saying I think for the third year in a row we're going to see snow on the Gulf Coast. But also there's enough cold air around where you have to worry about one or two blockbuster storms in the Northeast. Now, in 1966, the winter of 65, 66, it all came in 3 weeks. 57, 58, both 65 and 57 were very warm in December, and then winter was really January, February, March. All right? So when we look at the forecasted surface pressures, it's saying, I mean, it's just yelling storm track up the eastern seaboard with high pressure in Canada. So that puts us on the table for above normal snowfall. All right? Here's what the January, February, March 500 millibar looks like. What did it look like in those analog years I was talking about? Oh, very similar. But not exactly the same, but still pretty darn close. The temperatures, if you use the last 30 years of, in other words, if you use the base from 1991 to 2000 or 2020, you'd get temperatures in relation to normal that look like this. I prefer to go back and use the temperatures from 1951 to about 1990. What do I have there? Yeah, that base as a better forecast for temperatures in the December through March period. Okay, so you can see we've got a cold across the south, milder across the north, but again, with the implications of the storm track, and you can have it all occur all at once. Let me move on here. So, what kind of snowfall forecast do I make right now? Well, 57, 58 had 44.7 in Central Park, 65, 66. 21.4. So my initial impression is we're looking at 30 to 35 inches of snow, near normal temperatures this winter, and there'll be plenty of fun and games, it looks like. And of course, we will be updating this as we get closer to it. But I felt that in light of what happened last year, and the fact that, these El Ninos, we got Super Nino, this is going to happen, that's going to be so warm. No. Both those El Ninos were very strong. They were strong back in 57, 58, 65, 66. And you saw what happened. just as important as the El Nino is that negative PDO. So I think you're looking near normal temperatures and somewhat above normal snowfall. That's what I'd have right now. Anyway, that's it for now. Enjoy the weather. It's the only weather you got.